Are into it for the side of DRX though, which is probably what they'll do.
Yeah.
Are they going to go for something like the Soraka though here for the side of Nongshim? Are they like fully dialed into we want to win?
Or is it
bot lane 2v2? Or are they like
Shens? Do we get you know, an Elise or a Shen or one of the Lehens picks for right now? Might be something that he heads towards, but instead it's Renata.
I don't like this.
I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I guess you do still have some range and the bailout can work, but bailout doesn't synergize with kind of anyone.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like an anti-dive pick, but for the side of DRX, I don't think DRX has a huge emphasis on needing to dive in. Also, Renata into Karma, you're going to get poked out. You know, you're not picking a range pick that's going to really help you necessarily win the 2v2 bot massively. Like, it's still a winning 2v2 for G1 Andal. They're going to poke you out, they're going to harass you down. Yeah,
I believe I like mentioned it and then felt silly for mentioning it because it's only poke.
It's been very much about the poke bars. It's just interesting how much the dynamic changed just by changing, you know, the keystone and the runes.
Yeah. Things that are happening. It's just trading. These two teams just constantly hit each other with stuff. Flash forward, and there's the death ray. Solo kill from Scout, he's back!
On a Victor at level 3. Tracks him, gets the solo kill. Crazy to see in that situation.
That was amazingly well played. Boomerang Blade is going to go wide as now Nongshim look to try and turn it here towards his bottom side. Willa's making his way in, but there's the tether. Taeyoon in a bit of trouble. Sponge comes down. Audacious charge to come forward is the last auto. Bailout is going to be there. Is it going to proc? The answer's no.
That was close.
The burn
that was
is really misleading because it almost looks like they have ignite. There is no ignite there. The flash! And Andal picks it up with the Mantra Q.
And a pretty well-performing 2v2. We'll see the replay here of Scout finding this. So it's pretty close, and Yukal's trying to move up, I think, to get the passive proc, but then uses his Q on the wave there. Q from Scout there, the auto and the E.
There is still a bit of a CS lead for Taeyoon as well. He didn't die. As Lehens is now moving back down once more. Taeyoon moves in. Good handshake there as they look to try and take on Andal, who's running away as far as he can. Doesn't have the flash though, remember. As they look to turn now onto Ju. There is just full vision control here for DRX as Andal moves in. Maybe a little bit too far as there's the bailout. And it doesn't work. Now Lehens is likely to be dead. The handshake comes on through, but Ju's like, I'm glad you're being polite. However, I still want to kill you as there's the Inspire Shield. And the Q isn't going to connect. Oh, the Comet was almost enough. And Force of Will doesn't quite get there, and Sponge is going to be able to keep his support alive. But it's still a disaster, and now Rich is looking to try and kill Kingen, but it barely works. Oh my gosh.
So we actually watch here, passive stacks are built up now. He's got the 3 grenades around him. He walks off, and he stays in the brush, waits. They time out. So now he has to restack him, then he gets Mantra W. So he doesn't get to proc the passive stack.
Goes in only level 5 though, no Cyclone, so the monkey is not as scary. This guy though is. As Scout walks down, there is an Aurora moving over. There's the Cyclone picked up. As Sponge looks for another one. There it is. Lehens gets the handshake as Willer is going to get taken out. And Taeyoon is now on the board. Yukal looks to bounce back. That's all right, Ju's cleared out that wave. Nongshim are going to look to get in here. Hostile takeover does nothing because there's a Mikhail's already built up. Willa gets out is now Chains of Corruption. They go wide. Ju trying to kite this one out, and there's the bailout, but the flash was too good. Out of Ju, the bailout does nothing, and now Scout's in trouble. Yukal's cleaning up. And yeah, there's that gravity well we were talking about. Wish he still had the Mikhail's because he could run on it.
I feel like Andal and Ju in particular with some really nice ones, and now Scout in big trouble.
Yeah, he is going to get snared once again. There's that gravity well. But there's the spell shield, and it's a Cloud Soul. Love to see that. As Boomerang Blade comes on in, Ju just wants nothing to do with this, and he's happy to give the kill over to Willa, and they will tidy it up.
Buffer from Andal was just so nice to not get caught by the hostile takeover.
Oh, man.
And that fade away.
Just beautifully done.
I mean, they're just on fire right now.
All right, well, I mean, we shouldn't be surprised because DRX did this to Nongshim last time. Maybe the surprising part is that it's looking like Nongshim have absolutely no way to win anything And that way we can include.
I love just doubling down on the years. You know?
All right, let's just have
it.
It can be loads of different people's years. There's a Crescent Guard in the back line. Scout taking a lot of damage, and he's just dead before he can really do anything at all. Between Worlds and Taeyoon is so far up. It's a flanking Sivir, but somehow it's working. Down goes the Varus. The rest of Nongshim are looking to exit, and the Crocodile.
The cleanup is just so swift. More gold in the pockets of DRX. Herald picked up as well. Well, I say that. Looks like there might be a sneaky monkey.
Sneaky monkey comes in. Willer in a little bit of trouble here, and that is just a dead Xin Zhao, and should be a free Rift Herald, but they are pinging. Sponge is going to have to get this one done quickly. Picks up the eye, and now Jiu is in melee range of a Wukong. Sponge is dead.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Yeah, 1-0-1 here on the Nah. As we're fighting again, Lahen's in a little bit of trouble as Gravity Well goes down. Another Chains of Corruption does go wide. It has always been one of the more difficult to hit skill shots for everyone. As Between Worlds goes Yukal, looking for some angles here as everyone taking so much, but Nongshim will at least be able to limp away to safety. Jiu is pushed very far up, but look at this.
Desperation point for Nongshim in this game, in this series, and in their chances for making playoffs. They're looking for Rich now, though, and he
did flash. Now we've got Willa moving in. Look at that angle. Fantastic use of the ulti. Hostile takeover, but there is the ult out of Rich as well. Just nods them back. Doesn't have much left in the tank. There's a teleport also there, so Rich is still very dead.
But it's a lot committed for just one kill. Andal is on vision, though.
They are canceling backs.
This is
2 kills. Andal is dead. Oh, gets himself a big old shield. Never mind, he's alive. And now Kingan's been baited, knocked up, destroyed. That's Yukal grabbing a kill for himself.
If this team gets Cloud Soul, goes without saying, it's just...
Oh, God. Okay, there's another handshake. But Andal is just going to slow him down. Chains of Corruption goes wide. Andal, of course, is able to walk past it. It just feels really bad because DRX walks so fast. You can't hit a skill shot as, speaking of which, Rich also going to miss Lahen's. He's hopping over that wall, guys. Fadeaway house, not enough. They're all standing on each other.
Yes.
They will likely die.
That's the pitch. That's the pitch.
Do it now. No. Okay, let's see whether they can get it done as Rich just bounces over. Hostile takeover was... I guess he is.
Everyone's fed.
Yeah, I think they are. As now, Kingan gets on top of him. Yukal's in trouble. He does die. As Rich now gets over Taeyoon. Another flanking Jiu angle. How does he keep getting away with this? As Andal's flashing after Sponge. He is now alone on the other side.
It's like, who's following you?
No one.
Okay.
All right, Willa is going to have to press his ultimate button. Now just goes in, looking for a bit of a re-engage. Gia is going to show up as well. Teleport in as now Rich gets a flank angle, but Kingan's on top of him. Sponge could be in trouble, though. There's so much damage here out of DRX, and Gia just cuts him down. Turn or something like that, but DRX are just doing it. They will just take it, and unfortunately this is on hit Varus, and Smite's better now.
And it's also an expensive item. He has cash back, so he gets money back from it, which is something Taeyoon doesn't have.
Well, Kingan gonna get a flash out of Yukal here, and he flashes onto the dead turret actually. Between Worlds goes Yukal now as hostile takeover once again is just kind of decorating the rift and not doing too much more. Finally, Chains of Corruption hits.
This is starting to feel a little scrappy, though, with how far ahead
Jiu, what are we doing? There's a bailout. He got the kill too late, though, and Taeyoon is still going to die. Kingan dead as well. Engage Sivir. Ladies and gentlemen, you had the flanking version. I give you the engage version.
slap with a wallet, but it was right there.
Oh my goodness. Scout gonna flash out of the way as Lahen's just trying to be frustrating. Bailout buys him a little bit of time, but Rich is able to limp away with his life intact. With Scout alive. They're not going to be able to end because their 80 carry sacrificed themselves to win a team fight.
What is going on?
I heard the sonic boom. I heard it. All right, Lahen's getting slowed down. Willow walking at them, but it's power walking.
They're so fast.
All right, well, Willow's going in once again, and he finds the 3 talent strike. Hostile takeover is a little bit better, but Yukal, oh my God, just blows him up. and Scout gonna suffer the same fate. No bailout for him, as now Sponge desperately trying to escape. Kingen kind of massive and does get some stride breaker value, but Xiu just swoops in, going 1 billion miles per hour, and DRX will continue that momentum straight into the Nexus turrets and end this series before you could blink. A 3-0, the most unprecedented of upsets. And look, honestly, I'm not that surprised.